Hello and welcome to Ula Tea Leaf Readings. My name is Lenor and today I'm going to be reading your tea leaves. This is a horoscope for Virgo. If Virgo is your solar, lunar, ascendant/rising sign, then this is a message for you. All right, let's get started. Let's see what these tea leaves have to say today. Okay, so we can see we're missing a big portion here. It's all on this side. So that means there's something in my mind when I see it like this. There's something very, it's a very kind of localized matter, or something that you are really focused on. Okay, it's not really all over the place. You have one or two big things on your mind or events happening. And our card for today, I almost called you Libra, Virgo, is the star, okay? And perfect because, as we can see right here, we have a person with their arm raised towards the sky here, and we have a person with their arm raised. I like when they reflect that. So, let's take a look. We have kind of a landscape, okay? It seems like it's almost in a valley. We have a heart right here. And we have a person standing right here, arm raised up to the sky, and then we have a series of people, 1, 2, and 3. Okay, and as I look up here, I see that it almost seems like, and it maybe even is 4, because this one looks like it's holding a child maybe. And I feel like there's just a sense of dreaminess. The star is, you can imagine standing outside looking at the stars, right? Late at night. Being in a big open field or in, some kind of valley or something, and you're looking up there and you can't help but kind of dream about, ponder, really contemplate things bigger than ourselves. But also, we look at the stars, we see the constellations, we see, little things moving, we see different kinds of phenomena, light phenomena, and otherwise flying objects and things. And, it's just a place of great mystery. It is the kind of symbolic unconscious, right? The vast unknown. And, also a place that is kind of the theater for a lot of collective symbols, mythologies, histories, and so on. So I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, with this line of people, it's almost like you have this strong focus on your ancestors. They are really, really apparently working in your life right now. I think that you feel them, you think about them, you're probably dreaming about them. They are showing themselves to you constantly. And I think you're very aware of those patterns. Okay, and it seems like at least the 2 middle ones, they feel like feminine consciousnesses. And this one with the baby feels like maybe this is like a mother figure, a caretaker, grandmother, somebody in the family that was definitely one of their identifiers, is being a caretaker of children. And this feels really important. I wonder if you are maybe having a child, or you have a young child, or you are a grandparent. But it seems like a young child. The consciousness is there, and I feel like you're being guided in a lot of ways. And this is kind of this feeling of you come from a long line of people who have raised, obviously all of our line is raised children in some way, but you've come from people who really were very devoted to taking care of their children, to teaching their children, to sharing their experience with one another. I almost wonder, like maybe a midwife, or some kind of like a doula, or some, and it doesn't just have to be birth though. Maybe taking care of young children, like a daycare or the equivalent, something like this. Maybe it was a family member who watched a lot of the kids. But I feel like this is important to your experience right now. And I think that you're really thinking about these things. And kind of I think at times needing to be guided, and as we all do, if we're first-time parents, or, if we've raised a bunch of kids, or not, every kid is different, and the circumstances, the experiences are different, and sometimes you just get into that place where you think, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what to do here, and so I feel like it's kind of this sense of helping you in line with your intuition, okay, and really kind of this message of you listening to yourself, having confidence in what you're doing, remembering, that there are people in your family that you probably can talk to even now, but that, if you pray, or if you ask for some kind of guidance through message, or dreams, or some kind of contact, I could see what this would be helpful. Now, of course, this is not, how we figure out immediate problems. But, there are a lot of resources, of course, and definitely reach out if you do need any kind of guidance in that way. But, I really feel like this is a strong tie. Now, the next one looks like a person holding a bow and arrow. Okay, and so I feel like we have another feminine consciousness here that definitely has more of that huntress kind of gatherer for the family, hard worker. All of them are hard workers, but this is somebody who was maybe out of the home, getting things for the family, making sure that everybody was well and fed. And, I think this is also very much in alignment with how you have had to live as well. I think that you are somebody who has definitely been very focused on making sure your family has the things that they need. Probably working 1, 2, 3 jobs, doing whatever it is that it takes to get the resources that you need. And I think that this is really kind of, this shows up as really a confirmation that you are seen and heard and loved, that your hard work does not go unnoticed, even if, nobody gives you the thanks that you want. And us Virgos, we want thanks, right? And I am a Virgo, if you don't know. But yeah, we like to get told that, you know, thank you, you've worked so hard, you know, you do so much, and nothing makes us happier, right? But, you know, I think that this really is your people behind you, really definitely giving you that thanks and really recognizing. Okay, let's see. I have my window open here in the back, and I can see that we have the blue jays. They come in the morning and they come in the afternoon to see if I've put any more food out. One of them was just by the window. All right, so then we have the last person here, and I feel like this one more of a masculine, but I feel like this is kind of the energy of a very pious person. Somebody who was quite devoted to whatever it is they followed or believed in, whatever their spiritual connection was. And their head is here in this metaphysical rim. And I feel like you also mirror this this family member, this ancestor. There is a sense of, and as I think as you've gotten older, it's gotten more and more intense, but there is a sense of great devotion to your relationship with spirit. More so than most people, I would say. And now this doesn't have to be overtly. You don't necessarily have to belong to a religion or any kind of system. But I think that you have kind of a natural relationship with the mystery, with the unknown, with spirit, right? I can see you probably talking to spirit, to your ancestors, just as you go about your daily life, and not in a way that's, you know, but in a way that you really do draw on that energy, that power that comes from knowing that you are really interrelated to all of this, to everything really. And I think that you have your own practices. You've developed them. You maybe you are a religious person, but I feel like you have made these techniques, these practices your own, you know, and that's why I think you are a person that is so involved in your spirituality, because you haven't been afraid to alter these things where you need to, so that you can maintain the practices. I anyways think that it's very difficult to integrate ritual or belief or whatever the techniques are into our lives, and in a way that is lasting, if they don't feel somewhat natural to us. And now at first it might be difficult. We're trying to find our footing, figure things out. But, it has to be something that feels like you connect to it for it to continue over a long period of time. And I think that you have really found places where it really does. It feels like second nature to you. Okay. And so, I think that I find that most Virgos I meet in the context of, especially divination, but any kind of spiritual, or even in the arts and music, definitely people that have very complex relationships with the mysteries, the occult, magic. Definitely magicians, a lot of magicians and practitioners and so on. Okay, let's see. What else do we have here? Now we have a Y and a T, okay? And maybe that's a T and a Y. But that might be an important name or initials or something. So if that speaks to you in some way, that is for you. And we have birds and so many messages. We have a little owl here, okay? And so, I think in this process that you were going through, there's so much wisdom gained, and I feel like, and even just a somewhat short amount of time, you become so comfortable in what you're doing. Not to the point where you're not willing to grow or learn more, but I think that you just find your confidence in the things that you care about doing. And so I think especially in these things that have to do with taking care of children, this really is kind of a natural fit for you. Okay, so again, we have this figure that is kind of in a seated position, kind of a devotional or meditative position. We have the candle of illumination, and we have another seated, but this one looks like Anubis, which is kind of cool. And then above it, there's either a $sign or an S, okay? And so I think that there is really kind of a focus on trying to figure out how to make some money maybe, or resources, maybe changing your career path, going into some other kind of work, maybe trying to make money off of your creative endeavors or magical, spiritual endeavors. And I think this is a good time to commune with these ancestors, with the great unknown, with your guardian angels, because we do have that candle of illumination. And I think that really there will be an opportunity for you to kind of refocus your work life or your hunter-gatherer sphere of your life, and really begin to make that money. Okay, I know that it can be, when we're trying to figure out, well, how are we going to do that? How are we going to do something that we can enjoy, that speaks to us, it feels meaningful, and then also maybe make some money doing it. That is quite a journey, right? To find the right fit. But the universe is opened up in a way in these great times of technology where there are all kinds of opportunities. Okay, so we have the Dreamer's Deck, 40 affirmations for pursuing your dreams from the I Know collection. And I'm just going to flip through these and stop where it feels right. I'm going to flip it over and we're going to read it together. It says, I know that worrying only blinds me from that beauty that is all around me. I am not stressing. And I think this is part of the underlying message here, is that letting things go that you can't control, right? Looking for the beauty in the subtle, following your intuition, really activating that relationship you have with your ancestors, with your elders, and trying not to let stress rule you. That's one of the hardest things for us Virgos to get over. But it really is the thing that makes everything hard for us, right? When we are stressed out, we become quite messy. So if we can figure out how to operate with low levels of stress, we are golden. So that is your homework. Figure out how to have no stress. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and thank you for spending this time with me. I just have to say, I'm tripping over my words today. I am so worn out. We had we had technical difficulties. We had just such a long day yesterday, which was a lot of fun, and I'm very appreciative and have lots of gratitude that it was able to happen. We got to have a kind of fall gathering with family and such, but my goodness, my brain, it's just fried today. So let me start again. I want to say thank you so much for spending this time with me. And I really do. I just am always so honored to be able to even bring these messages to you and do these readings. And so if you would be so kind as to like the video, it really does help the channel quite a bit. And if you have not subscribed yet, think about doing that. It is free. You just hit the little button and it will basically sign you up to the channel here. And what else? If you hit the little bell when you subscribe, that will let you know when the next videos are coming out. Virgo is scheduled to come out on Sunday mornings, okay? And this week, because of things just were a mess with the technical difficulties and everything else, Virgo is coming out on Monday morning. Next week, it will be on Sunday, like it's supposed to be. So, just keep an eye out for that. And if you want to leave a comment, please do. I love hearing from each and every one of you. I read all of the messages, and they really do mean so much to me. So, with that, I will say thank you, and we will talk again really soon.